Man, you have a lot of hair. Why are you in there?
They cross over or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jump. Wait, Hazel's in there.
What's Hazel in there for?
Hi, Hazel.
Greetings, friends! Have you ever had goat milk? Let us know in the comment section below. We've been getting some goat milk here, and let me say, it's pretty yummy. Been drinking it, you've been making it in yogurt. I really like it. Since one of our goats, Libby, gave birth to Cody, we've been getting milk from her and really enjoying it. But Cody's about a month old now or so, a little bit more than that maybe?
Yeah, he's more than a month and a half or more.
So, we've been wondering, what is happening with our other female goats that we've been thinking have been pregnant? When are they going to start popping out some babies? So, recently, one of our white goats, one of the white female goats, Helga, the other one's name's Olga, they're both white goats, and they're kind of hard to tell apart, except for the fact that Helga has this beard. She's a female and has a beard. I know that's weird for a female to have a beard, but she has a beard. Started showing some signs of being in labor.
I feel bad for my favorite goat.
What? What do you need from me? What's up, dude?
Hey, Hazel. Hey, Olga. Hey, Olga. Watch out. Her dog goat's licking him in the face.
She giving you some kisses there? Should we move her into the stall? Say what? What's it look like down there?
Wide right there.
Oh boy.
I can't see really
My
good.
shirt, man.
And we noticed that Helga had been laying down more than normal, and she was kind of up and down and really uncomfortable. And we started looking at her, and her bags, her udders, and her teats were full of milk, is what it looked like. Way bigger than it has been. So I was getting excited. I was like, are we getting close to having more babies? Yeah, her bag is full. So I think we're gonna have a baby. Before too much longer, maybe. I mean, she doesn't look in distress, or she just looks a little uncomfortable right now. So maybe within a day or two, we'll have more goat babies.
Or sooner. Let's see what happens.
Excuse me.
Here you go.
See you in a little bit, Helga.
Yeah, she doesn't know where to go.
No, just let her go where she wants.
Oh, you never act like this with me. What the hell's going on?
Say, I'm concerned about my daughter.
You like do something here, man? My daughter's going through some stuff.
And it's your fault. You brought that boy here.
It's always the man's fault. What? Well, normally she does not like meat that much. Normally the other one, Hazel, does, but today she's definitely showing me more interest. Being in there.
But also while we were out there, Hazel, which is my favorite goat. I don't know if I'm allowed to have favorite goats. I know you're not supposed to have favorite children or anything, but they're not our children, so am I allowed to have a favorite goat? Because she's my favorite goat. And she's a Nubian goat, and she's one that we really have been prized wanting to breed from and have milk from, and there was something that we noticed about her.
And Hazel looks like she's got some big old baggies over here.
Bagpipes getting filled up. It sure are look like.
Oh yeah, her teats look full. So does Helga's.
So a few hours had passed, and later on, sometime after sunset, it was dark. We came back out to check on Helga, and she was just hanging out, laying down again, still looking slightly uncomfortable.
So funny. Hazel's just peeking around the corner over there. Aw. She's like, when you got a baby now? Come on now.
Mike and Sayla checked on Helga, and for whatever reason that day, I was super tired, and I went to bed probably at like 8 or 8:30, which is crazy uncommon for me, but I think, you know, God was preparing me for a long night.
She did, and I actually just was hanging out on the couch and just watching the Olympics, and I actually fell asleep on the couch. And then somewhere around 2 a.m., I just woke up. I wasn't sure if I was dreaming, but I thought I heard the sound of a baby goat. So I was like, well, I need to go out there and check. I did notice it was a full moon, and crazy things tend to happen around the full moon.
That's right.
So I ran out there and saw something. And then I ran back in after I saw it because I was like, Lacie, you need to come out here and see this. Come on, come on. So we went outside together, and this is what we saw.
What do we have here? Not what I expected to see.
Hey, Hazel girl. Look at that baby. Hey, baby. You're being a good mama. Brand new.
Trying to find out where the nurse.
Yep.
That's it just happened.
Yeah, she's cleaning him or her off.
Trying to find it. Trying to find it. Keep going. Getting closer.
Baby looks just like her.
Does. Little mini me there. Almost there. Almost there. Oh. Are we finding you?
Just like her.
It sure does. Wow.
I must admit, I totally was not expecting that at all. I go out there and see this little, at first I thought it was this little black goat, but a little brown goat hanging out there. And I was like, whoa, that's not Helga's baby.
No, not Helga's baby. When he came in and told me, he's like, Hazel had her baby. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was pretty neat to see. So we ended up taking both of Hazel and the little one and putting it out there in our other stall.
Alright, let's see what I can do.
Don't go ahead, butt man, get mad.
Come on, Hazel. You're so cute. You look just like your mama. Just like her. So while we were out there, we also checked on Helga, and I was looking at her and I saw that she had some bleeding, and so I was like, okay, well, you know, maybe she is in good labor right now. Maybe her labor is just longer. I'm not familiar with goat labors. I'm familiar with my labors that take a long time. And so I'm like, well, maybe she's going to have a long labor too. Because, yeah, when I had Micah, I went to the birth center someone came there, had their baby, and left before I ended up having Micah. So I'm very familiar with long births.
It actually happened with each of the children.
Oh, I don't even want to just, yeah. Let's just say I think my longest labor was Selah, 47 hours.
Wow.
We'll just say that right there.
Wow.
That was a long time.
Yeah. Hazel's was not. It's pretty
No.
quick.
You were gonna have your baby first. You gonna have a labor like me.
So a couple of hours later, when it was morning, I went back out there to check on Helga again, and still no baby. At this point, none of the kids knew anything, none of our children, kids, we're talking about goats here, none of our children, human being children, knew anything about the surprise baby goat.
And they started waking up. So Selah was getting her breakfast, and Libby was outside being extra loud that morning. So Mike said, like, Selah, why don't you go check on Libby? And she was just still getting her breakfast. And I was like, why don't you go check on her before you eat any breakfast? And surprisingly, I didn't get any pushback. And she was like, okay. So she put her coat on and went outside to go check on him.
She have water? I'd be mad if you didn't give her water.
Man, you have a lot of hate. Why are you in there?
You cross over or something?
You can't.
I don't know.
Unless you jump. Wait, Hazel's in here.
What's Hazel in there for?
Hi, Hazel.
Is there another baby in there? Is that a surprise? Well, you're wondering why I wanted you to come out here, or you didn't have a clue?
Did she have it in here?
I went outside to check on Helga, and I was like, that's not Helga's baby.
Hazel. Oh,
We don't know if it's a boy or a girl, though.
please be a girl.
You want to hop in there and see? You can be the first to find out. It's like a mini Hazel.
I know, it looks identical. It has such a big face. It's huge.
Alright.
Can you tell?
What do you see?
It looks like two teats.
Two teats. Really?
Yeah. She's a screamer.
And mouthy.
More mad than Cody was.
The mouthy? Your little twin? Little mini me there?
Her face is so round.
When I went outside and saw them all, she was standing off by herself and the other ones were just letting her have her space. And then saw this little one, looks like just freshly came out.
There we go.
That's what I was wanting to see.
And after meeting the new little one, while we were out there, we discovered that the ducks had escaped. You could tell this was definitely a full moon night because it's like, what is going on? How did the ducks get out?
God, that's kind of crazy.
Multiple surprises.
These guys are out early.
Way early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep.
Did we lose any there?
No, we have 9 peekings like we're supposed to. It just looks like they ran over the fence. Something might have scared them.
Yeah, I see that. The fence is down right there.
Yeah, because these ones, they'll just run it over.
Don't need that. Wow. Looks like they helped you out and letting themselves out this morning. You can share the other surprise.
Huh?
What's the surprise you can share?
It's a girl.
Mike is like, what's a girl?
I knew you read this. Hazel had it though. I went over there, checked on Libby's pen, I'm like, Cody? I look in the other one, I'm like, Hazel? I look down, a baby?
Yeah. So what do you think I told you? I was like, hey, why don't you go check before you have breakfast? Wow, what a night. It was a full moon. The dogs were going crazy that night. Goat had a baby. The ducks got out. It was just really, really nuts that night.
It sure was. And we're pretty concerned about Helga at this point. We didn't want her to, anything negative to happen. So we were like, not that we can absolutely control that, but we were like, we really need to call a vet, somebody to come look at her just to make sure, see where things are, because we were pretty concerned.
Well, she hadn't progressed and she was still laying there, and you know, I'm not experienced with goat births, and so just to make sure everything was heading in the right direction, we called the vet.
You need me to do it?
Come on. Or rolls her over somehow so I can.
There we go.
No, she's not very swollen back here at all.
No.
Well, and the reason I was concerned is because I saw the blood last night.
Yeah, she might be. I mean, they will have mucoid discharge before they. Yeah, there ain't nothing coming through that canal yet. Okay.
So, not ready yet.
No.
And then
She's probably getting close,
Okay.
you know. And they can sometimes be in, like, especially if they're an older goat, you know, and if they've got multi, they can get uncomfortable.
Okay.
But she is able to. Now, if she's not able to get up, the thing that you do see happen is more common in sheep than it is in goats, but like they get a pregnancy toxemia. So if they have multiples, and then they're really heavy bred, then sometimes they don't, if they go off eating, then they can start to have electrolyte problems, and then you want to make sure you keep them eating and that kind of a thing. It's a lot more common in sheep where they go down and they don't want to get up, and then we end up having to feed them, you know, like a slurry. It's there's this little slurry that we do with beer and yogurt and molasses and stuff, that if they go down and not, you know, I mean, because it's an energy thing, so they need to keep the energy. I mean, I'll be happy to also check her temp just to make sure she's not, you know, running the fever or something like that. But yeah, I'd say she's probably getting close, and she might act uncomfortable.
it was just like her breath had changed yesterday some.
Yeah, and if those babies move in there, they can, you know, obviously you've been in the pregnant state before, you know how that is. And
I told your lady, I was like, I know, like me going through labor, but
and it's
I don't
definitely
know.
the same thing. I mean, you know, babies can move in the wrong spot, and they can move around, and you know, all those kinds of things. So that can happen. I mean, I just want to say, okay, we know she's bred, but if you see a bag bill, she probably is.
Yeah,
you know,
her teeth are big.
huge. Okay, and you just noticed that.
Yesterday was especially. That's why we definitely thought that
she's probably getting ready, and then if you start to see, you will see this mucoid discharge start to come a lot of times.
Because we didn't have that with our other two. Because our first one, she had a baby on January 2nd, and we just came out here and it's like, oh, there's a baby. And then last night we came out, oh, there's a baby. And so I had never dealt with anything.
Yeah, so you will see sometimes. I mean, and they probably did have it, you just might not have seen it, you know. But yeah, they'll have a little mucoid discharge. The vulva starts to get bigger. You'll start to see some. Now, the other thing that can happen sometimes is if she was at term, we don't know her breeding date, but you know, if they're going to have an abortion, you might would see that if they're, you know, things are not right. But it sounds like she's building the bag and that she's probably term. So.
Gotcha.
And it was a really big relief to have the vet tell us that, you know, she actually wasn't in active labor, that the blood that we saw could just be a discharge, and it could be, you know, a few more days until she has a baby, and that the way she was acting, it could just be that she's just heavy pregnant and really didn't want to move around a lot. So that really relieved my mind on, you know, the what ifs, because Helga is Josiah's favorite goat, and you know, the thought of something happening to her was like really making him sad. So we were relieved to hear that she was okay.
Definitely was. And she's still getting up and eating and drinking, even though she's been laying down most of the time.
Yeah.
She has been still consuming some things. So that is neat to see that. But it is exciting to see another little baby goat. And it's so exciting each time that new life comes into being here on the homestead. I just love it. It's so special. It really is really, really special. Now we just have to come up with a name for the little one. Some of the names that have been suggested so far are Ruby and Lucy, and Josiah even came up with Meg. And at first we're like, I don't know, Meg. But then he said Nutmeg.
And Meg would be short for nutmeg.
Hazel and Nutmeg. Interesting. But let us know. What are some suggestions that you have? Or if you like any of the other ones, let us know in the comment section below. And just stay tuned to see if we have any more.